Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. It is a beautiful Monday evening. How the fuck's it going, Doku?
Hey, I can't complain. Could be worse.
Good. Um,
It's gonna get worse as this stream goes on.
I guess. So I just now realized that we are two for two. Last stream, there was no music. In this stream, there was fucking 4.5 minutes of dead air. Hooray! Go Frank! You're so awesome. I really gotta stop doing that.
Yeah, I blame StreamYards.
I really got to stop doing that. No, it was all on me because I forgot to set OBS up correct.
Ah,
Mother scumbag. So we have a quite a bit of Joker news to get through tonight.
yeah, yeah, we do.
I didn't even finish all the. I didn't even put in all the hashtags. Let me do that now. And Doku, how about you give them the long and short of it real quick, like.
All right, what's the best way to put this? In typical fucking access media bullshit fashion, apparently the Joker movie has a threat of radicalizing those evil cis white males, the greatest threat to our society, the biggest terror threat that exists. The Joker movie's going to radicalize people to cause them to go out and do unspeakable, horrendous acts. And, well, this was asked to Joaquin Phoenix how he feels about this. Well, he he gave the best possible answer he could. He straight up walked out of the interview when asked the question if he was concerned that his movie might cause people to act in a similar fashion as his character acts
Yeah, it
with the
it
role
was
he's
great.
portraying.
We got Goatman and Monopoly in the chat. How's it going, you guys?
What's up,
Um,
guys?
Monopoly wants to know how you're doing, Doku. I think you're doing fine, Doku.
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm
He's
splendid.
he's getting his teeth replaced soon.
No, not replaced. I'm not that old yet. I haven't reached Joe Biden level yet. My dentures aren't falling out. Don't worry.
They're not falling
I can
out
still talk.
yet. So we've got a couple of articles to get through tonight. This is going to be a rather lengthier stream. Normally we only do one or two articles. Um, I only have two prepared right now, but we're definitely going to get through as many of them as I can. I got to swap over the overlay. Give me 1 second here. Um, there we
Yeah, and
go.
before we jump into that, let's knock out the quick subject that needs to be addressed. How the fuck did season 8 of Game of Thrones, no, not the entirety of Game of Thrones, just season 8, win fucking best drama? Like, if this is, if you ever had doubt in your mind that the Emmys, the Oscars, and all these other bullshit award ceremonies are just a gigantic fucking circle jerk, here is your fucking proof.
As if you needed any more proof. Am I right?
I mean, if there was any doubt, I don't know who would still be doubting this, but there you go. It's not even served to you on a silver platter.
Can
It's
I
served to you in the Mile High Club on a fucking gold platter with gold flakes shoved over every damn thing you can see.
can I press X?
Yeah, press X to doubt.
Oh man. All right. So obviously this is going to be full of wokeness. This is from the Telegraph, a very very left-leaning rag because I'm not even going to call it a publication. Oh my god, Goatman says tell your partner remove the cock piercings before you blow him. It will save your teeth. Ouch.
Oh, damn. All right, coming in hot, goat man. Glad to know you're having a good Monday.
Coming in hot, that's what she said. Oh, you gotta log in to read this bullshit article. Oh,
Of course you
well.
do. No, if you needed any proof that these fucking bullshit rag publications are fucking desperate for money, well, there you go.
Oh, you know what I haven't been keeping up with is Dr. Stone. I gotta watch that tonight.
Dr. Stone's been good.
Um, nope, I can't. You know what? So fuck the Telegraph. You're not getting my click. You're not getting it. So I guess we only have one article tonight. So this is from Vice, ladies and gentlemen. This is from Vice. So
Oh,
please,
great.
please, the only person allowed to rage here is me. I am the only person allowed to go Alex Jones levels of their turning the frogs gay. um, Jaoquin Phoenix won't talk about the ties between Joker and white terrorism because
Ooh.
now we have to paint everything as terrorism, right? I'm afraid of that white person because the media told me to be afraid of that white person, therefore terrorism. Yet they will not. They will condemn to the death anytime you bring up something like Islamic extremists. Nope, you're being racist. How is it racist to say that there are extremists and that they are using terror tactics and that these extremist terrorists are of a certain faith or a certain background? But this is perfectly fine. They can go get fucked. He walked out of an interview after a reporter asked him whether the movie might inspire real life acts of violence. And this is probably way oversimplifying. Um, but hey, we like oversimplifications here, don't we, Doku?
Oh, we fucking love them because we don't want to waste our breath on the words of idiots.
Yeah. So let's read some of this. The reviews are split on Joker. Todd Phillips' dark, brooding look at the origin story behind Batman's best-known villain. Citation, please. Played by Joaquin Phoenix. While some critics have called it a masterpiece, lauding it as an expertly made superhero movie that redefines genres, which it isn't. There's nothing superheroic about this movie that redefines genre. Others have criticized it for being too sympathetic to Phoenix's character. And it's
All
disarming.
right, pause right there.
We're not doing a
Few
drinking game,
corrections.
Doku.
Yep, but few corrections to make. Well, I'm going to be drinking. You can drink if you want. Few corrections. This is by no means a superhero movie. You're correct. The main character is a villain. He's a psychopath. This is the comic book version of the movie Psycho. What the fuck are you on about? It's a comic book movie, maybe, but it's not a superhero movie. So first
Right.
off, you're already talking out of your ass. Go jump off a cliff.
Yeah. I guess the word superhero movie has become synonymous with comic book movie. Like the two are indistinguishable from each other now because why not?
Well, it's like the same. It's like the same bullshit. Not to derail, and we're not going to get on this. It's like how people use the fucking term global warming and climate change interchangeably when no, they're not the same thing.
One has something to do with the other, but it is not the same thing. Uh, in its disarmingly human portrayal of a jilted white guy who commits acts of mass violence, some argue, I love how they're bringing race into this. They could put a black guy on screen and they would applaud the hell out of it because Whitey gets what's owed to him, right? Mass violence. Some argue it threatens to make viewers empathize with actual domestic terrorists, or worse, inspire people to follow in the Joker's footsteps IRL. Got a newsflash for you, assholes. You people are following in Joker's footsteps. The access media in general, Hollywood itself. They, the Joker, even though there are three different types of Joker, right? There are three different Jokers. If you go by one of the Batman issues, if you go
Yeah,
by that canon, there's three
there's the
Jokers.
Red Hood. There's the Red Hood origin
No,
Joker. Well,
there's
which comic book iteration are you going off of?
there
Because
there are
there's so goddamn
three
many.
there are three Jokers. Red Hood Joker, the original Joker, yes, that's one of the Jokers. But not insofar as um that's how they labeled it. The original Joker, which is more like a prankster, a trickster, who just did wacky shit for the sake of doing wacky shit. There
Oh,
was
you're talking about modus operandi personality type Joker.
right. And there are three specific Jokers. There have been three specific Jokers in the past, and they have been named. At least I think they've been named, or at least they were described when Batman sat in what the fuck was that chair?
Oh, the Mobius chair.
Yeah, that's it. When Batman sat in the Mobius chair, I can't claim to know the entire story because I don't read Batman. Sorry, people. But he sat in this chair, and the chair told him there are three different Jokers, and that is canon.
Yeah, and just to give the audience a bit of background in case you don't know, the Mobius chair is essentially you ask it. It gives you like universal knowledge. You just got to ask it a question. It basically makes you like a watcher, except omnipotent
It doesn't make you
or
omnipotent.
omnipotent.
It doesn't make you omnipotent. It just gives you all the information. Omnipotence means that you're everywhere at all the time.
Well,
Um,
in a way, I guess it could give you that ability if you consider universal knowledge to be
I
that
mean,
in past, present, and future.
if you're asking what's happening right here, right now, everywhere, then yeah. Mr. Napoli says one of those three Jokers killed Bruce's parents. That. I don't think that's ever stated in the comic books. I don't.
It depends on which comic you're
It
reading.
might be
Like,
hinted at, but I don't think it's ever really stated. But that's not here or there. Um, but even though there are the point I wanted to make is that even though there are three different Jokers, they're all agents of chaos. They all want to see the world burn for one reason or the other. And they all are the antithesis to Batman, right? They are there because Batman is there. They want to just fuck things up, so Batman has to play against that. Joker creates a need for existing by pushing that need for existing onto Batman. And these people are the ones that are following in Joker's footsteps. They are sowing the seeds of discontent. They are sowing the seeds of discord. They are sowing this massive, massive campaign of getting everyone to distrust each other. And it's working, at least to
and
an extent.
technically, they are the real life version of Joker.
They
Like,
are. So for them to completely shit on this movie, especially here at Vice, for them to completely shit on this, they're saying more about themselves than they are about anything else. Let's keep that in mind.
and let's also keep in mind these are the same people that praise groups like Antifa when BLM decided to burn down the streets of Baltimore.
Yeah. Um, the article continues. The issue has dominated the discourse surrounding Joker for weeks, but apparently Pheonix hasn't given it much thought. If movies inspired real life violence, do you think we'd all go out and fucking like drag people into our homes so we can reenact Home Alone? No, go fuck yourself. He's
Yeah,
also pretty uncomfortable talking
this is like
about it.
saying the movie The Purge is going to fucking make people go out in the streets and demand that we have a fucking purge day where
Yeah,
murder is legal. Like,
yeah.
it's just a stupid
Go
argument to
fuck
make.
yourself. He's also pretty uncomfortable talking about it, according to an interview with the actor in The Telegraph. Asked if Joker might perversely end up inspiring exactly the kind of people it's about with potentially tragic results. Pheonix froze up, then suddenly left the interview. Why? He eventually mutters, his lip curling at one side. Why would you? No. No. Then he stands up, shuffles toward me, clasps my hands between his, and walks out the door. Meaning he's done with the interview. You're being an idiot. He walks out.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that interview. I think it was Anderson Cooper that did it, but the interview with Lil Wayne where he was asked about BLM and he was like, "Screw you, I'm me. I'm a
You
rich
know,
black dude in
this
America.
movie
Like,
comes out
fuck
in
off."
2 weeks. This movie comes out in 2 weeks. It is on our docket to review. The drinking game in 2 weeks, however, it is both mine and Doku's birthday that weekend. We both have birthdays on different days that weekend, and I do not plan on streaming the drinking game on Thursday night. We may push it back to Monday because I'm going to see it
I'm gonna
that
see it as
weekend.
well. I had no plans to go see this movie, but you know what? Now I do
I'm going to
because
see
fuck
it
you,
that
Access
weekend.
Media.
And if we don't have a drinking game, at least we will have a live review the Monday following that weekend. So please be aware of that. We're giving you guys 2 weeks notice. We're also giving you guys 2 weeks notice that our goal, 100 subscribers, we want to hit that goal in 2 weeks. We need 9 more subs. We can do
It
it.
would be really nice. It would be really nice to see that.
It would be the best birthday present you guys could give us.
Lord
um,
knows we've spent enough time on this channel. It
yeah,
would be much appreciated.
100 subscribers would justify us doing this another year, right? We fought for an entire year to get 100 subs. YouTube is still fucking us, so please help us out. That said,
Now that we're done shilling.
let's get back to the article here. According to the Telegraph, Pheonix disappeared for about an hour and called a Warner Brothers rep to figure out how to respond to the question, which ultimately he never did. Instead, he told the Telegraph he'd never really thought about it. Pheonix panicked, he later explains, because the question generally hadn't crossed his mind before, then asks me, not for the last time, what an intelligent answer might have sounded like. So right there, Pheonix is being shit on. And I feel terrible at this point. I feel fucking terrible for
I mean, you gotta
because
feel bad for the guy.
this movie this movie feels like a train wreck. This movie feels like it's just going to be bad to me. And I feel bad for this guy for putting in so much effort on something that doesn't sound like it's going to be put together very well or with any amount of respect or anything. And when I look back and I hear these asshole clowns just completely dump sacking Jaoquin Pheonix for merely being in the role, right? And shitting all over the movie for him merely taking up the role. Because the media and the access media who have drummed up all of this hate and all of this fear and all of this terror against white people is disgusting. These are the very people who are responsible for this bullshit identity politics world we live in now. And now that it's it's coming to a head, it's like it's not okay to be white anymore. Just go fuck off and die, all white people. Even though we represent a global minority, we are the smallest amount of people, right? White people represent the smallest amount of the human population on this planet.
I think the only ones that could claim that they're a more like, and we're talking globally here, that are a smaller group of a smaller ethnic group would be Inuits and Native Americans.
No, because
That's about it.
they're still technically of I forget what the what the subspecies is called. Like we're Caucasian, and then black people have a specific term, and then there's a specific term for not white and not black people. There's only like three different subspecies of human.
Well, I could be completely wrong on this because again, I've never actually delved into the realm of eugenics because I
I'm
have
not even
other things to
talking
do with my time.
eugenics. I'm not even talking eugenics. I'm talking about genetics. But that doesn't matter here nor there. These people are responsible for this culture war that they started. They are upset that the culture war exists. They are upset that people aren't on their side. They are upset about every fucking thing. Misery loves company.
Well, also the thing that irritates me the most about it is these motherfuckers prosper and profit off of hate and division, and they sow it everywhere they go with every word they speak. That shit pisses me the fuck off. Like, I mean, imagine if you're Joaquin Phoenix, yeah, a known actor, but not exactly a very well-known actor. But you're
I
known,
don't
and
know.
you get asked to play the Joker. Of course, you're gonna say yes. And then you turn around and get this type of lambastic, bombastic bullshit question like, are you afraid that your role in this movie is going to inspire people to commit acts of violence and terrorism? That's like spitting in somebody's face without actually doing it. Like, what the
That's
fuck?
like that's the passive aggressive I'm kicking you in the balls and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
That's what
I
it
mean,
is.
not only is it rude, it's I don't know what's the word for it. It
It's insulting. There's no other way to put it. It's insulting. And it's insulting on purpose. Let's
vitriolic. That's the word I'm looking for.
let
It's vitriolic.
It is. Let's get back into this article because I want to finish this before sometimes before we're on too long. Um, Even for someone who's notorious for staying out of the public eye, who rarely gives interviews, isn't on social media, and lives as somewhat of a hermit, really? It's difficult to imagine. He's a hermit because he wants his
Yeah,
fucking privacy.
yeah,
It's
how can you live
difficult
as a
to
hermit when
imagine.
you're a fucking actor? Like,
Yeah. It's difficult to imagine Phoenix had legitimately never mulled the question over, or at least heard of the criticism leveled at Joker. Be- You are the people
uh,
making this about this criticism. You are the people making this. Oh my God! How many times do I have to say this?
yeah, they're the Ouroboros. They're the snake eating its own tail. You are the ones that are creating this. Like, it's not Joaquin Phoenix. It's not the Joker. It's not the movies.
How
It's you
how
people. It's
couldn't
you
he?
guys.
How didn't he realize this movie was gonna be bad and it was gonna make bad people do bad things? Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. These people are actual sacks of human feces. These
They're
people
insufferable.
are fucking sacks of human shit. Remember that movie Dogma? Remember the
Yeah,
scene they're in the bathroom and they're all arguing and bickering and then the one angel lady's like, "What's that smell?" And then the shit demon comes crawling out of the toilet.
that's what these people are.
That's what
They're the
these
shit
people are. They
demons.
are the shit demon. And remember what happened to the shit demon? Doku?
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but
What happened to the shit demon, Doku?
remind me.
No, the you remind the everyone.
Oh, well, the shit demon goes back in the fucking toilet where it belongs.
Shit demon goes splody. No one's happy when shit demon goes splody, but they're relieved when shit demon goes splody. Um,
You know what? Instead of calling it access media, urinalist, or anything like that, no, we're calling it the shit demon media from now on.
you're all
That's
shit
our new
demons.
term.
Here's some related articles. Joker is a terrifyingly realistic window into white terrorism. Joker is probably headed to the Oscars after that Venice win. Joaquin
Why
Phoenix
does it
had a
matter about
grueling
white
time playing the
terrorism?
Joker. Watch the creepy final trailer for Joker starring Joaquin Phoenix. Um,
This is like saying Malcolm X. Like, imagine if the same type of criticism was levied at anything that revolved around Malcolm X.
it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the article. It's a central part of countless reviews of the movie, which has folks worried that quote unquote lonely white boys with a capacity for violence might relate to Phillips' most loving portrayal of a character who resembles an incel with a murderous streak. Go fuck
It's a
yourself.
really good thing we're not playing a drinking game. I'd be drunk already.
The most concerning prospects isn't just that viewers might identify with Phoenix's Joker, is they might want to imitate him. For his part, Phillips had tried to refute that take, telling the Associated Press that while movies are often mirrors of society, they're never molders. Can we get an F for this man? Can we press F for Phillips here? Because he's trying something here. And everyone is fucking him over with this. Like seriously. This
It,
man F for respect.
this is just, oh my God. I don't even really know what to say. Like, I'm a weird combination of pissed off and sad,
I
and I
am
don't like it.
I am not pissed off at all. I have found a new emotional low that I have never thought I'd found. This article is breaking my heart to read. Like you guys are the reason why race relations have become so bad. You guys are the reason why fuck white people is a thing. And now that the chickens are coming home to roost, you're pissed? and upset and afraid that you're alienating people?
It's like it's the reverse civil rights movement, and it
No, it is. It's Can we have Jim Crow back, please? I would like Jim Crow back now. That's what you people are doing. You people are begging for Jim Crow. That's fine. We'll be a country divided again. We will be
it is rather
divided.
mind-boggling.
No, it is. It's A lot of people think it's going to be a really violent movie, Philip said. Uh, why it might affect you is we tried to paint that violence with as realistic brush as possible. So when it comes, it can feel like a punch in the stomach. Still, that doesn't do much in the way of addressing whether Joker is too sympathetic or to disaffected white men who commit reprehensible acts of violence. With Joker hitting theaters next week amid buzz about the film potentially nabbing an Oscar, it'll be an it'll be interesting to see whether audiences find it too dangerous to enjoy, and if Phillips and Pheonix get any better at talking about its complicated, controversial message. It's a fucking movie.
Oh, and also,
Not
real quick, let's take away the newspeak and explain what this last paragraph just said. What this last paragraph just said is that you should not sympathize for anyone who has been so put down by society, so just into fuck it mode, so beaten down. And you can see this in the fucking trailers. This dude is constantly berated, made fun of, and tries to go through life with a smile on his face. What's the quote? I thought my life was a
quotas.
tragedy, and then I realized it's a comedy.
Yeah.
You're telling people you shouldn't sympathize with somebody who's on that verge because they might break. And
Goku, it's
okay,
taken us.
if they do break and they do commit acts of violence, yeah, you shouldn't sympathize with that person, but you're telling people to not
What's up?
sympathize with people who actually do live tragic lives. Like, this is like saying you shouldn't sympathize with fucking what's the dude in Shawshank Redemption who just fucking commits suicide because he can't conform to society
I
after he
do
gets
not remember.
Brooks was here. Don't
Okay.
sympathize with people that are
So put it on
so
eBay.
fucking depressed that they want to take their own lives. Don't sympathize with them just because what? They're white? Like, what is your point here? Like, this is the most. This article is. Uh, Anyways, continue.
Um, I was just gonna say that we it took us half an hour to get through this article. Half an hour to get through this article, and if you guys are wondering in the background, that was the missus coming down and talking about how she just pulled a $400 Pokemon card, and I'm just like, all right, we'll put it on eBay. I don't know what to do with it, but I'm not putting it on eBay. But they heard you because I couldn't mute. Okay, that means nothing to me.
I want a shiny Charizard.
You're a shiny Charizard.
I am a shiny Charizard. I'm a
Um,
flamboyant Charizard.
but the point we need to get across. There's 2 points to take away from this. Is I feel like an absolute asshole because I didn't want to see this movie because it feels like it was poorly put together, that it was poorly planned, and that it's not a Joker movie. It's just like it's like American Psycho or Psycho or one of those other movies where someone just loses his shit and snaps because it's not connected to anything in the DC continuity, right?
Yeah, it's
And
Norman
if
Bates
I'm
with face paint. That's what it is.
right, and if I'm going to see, Silence of the Lambs, I'm going to go see Silence of the Lambs. I'm not going to go see Silence of the Lambs masquerading as a comic book movie, right? I don't want that. I don't want to spend my money on that. But now I feel like I have to see it. Even though I still don't want to see it, even though I still don't believe it has any entertainment value for me. I feel like I have to go see it now out of principle and support this movie because I was kind of a dick, right? I was looking at this movie in the light of I don't feel like it is going to be good. So the point that I'm trying to get across here is now I have to feel like I feel like I have to see it now. I feel obligated to see it. Um, and since we're going
Well,
to be doing the drinking game, why the fuck not? The second point to make of this is that these people these people love the fact that that, oh well, these white people are that and the other, that and the other thing.
Well, the other thing to point out, I don't know if you remember, but it was only a few months ago, after the first trailer dropped, that they were praising this movie because it was anti-corporatist and it was anti 1%, and it was about the little guy who just decides fuck it and sticks it to the man, is tired of being stepped on by all the rich people in suits and shit. Like, they were praising this movie a few months ago, and now they're pulling this shit.
Right. Yeah. So I'm I'm upset. Like I'm upset. Like I'm absolutely sad. I'm sad now because like this dude can't catch a break. He made some. He's an artist, right? And I was critiquing his art based on the medium. But now he's getting so much shit from something that has literally, like, it has literally no political messaging, um and is just how this dude snaps one day, right? I don't want to see another movie like that. I've seen them. I've been there. I've done that. Okay, cool. I'm ready for something different. But now I kind of feel like I have to.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, like, I know what type of movie I'm going to be going to watch. Execution, acting,
It's Silence of the Lambs or Hannibal. It's one of those types of movies with a comic book skin on it.
I would actually say it's got more of an American Psycho flavor, but just set in a metropolitan area. And let's sow chaos and anarchy because fuck it, why not? Quite literally, and maybe this is getting into the psychology a little bit of what's going on here with how the media is actually starting to treat this movie and why they're not praising it. Is the clown world meme has become a thing. This movie is the personification of clown world. Yeah, you do hit that point where some bad things can happen to you. All it takes is one day for you to snap, and you know what? It's clown world. If you can't laugh at it, then what's the point of getting mad at it? Like, fuck
Yeah.
it, have fun.
It's definitely a love it or leave it situation. Just like America, right? You don't love America, you can fucking leave it. And it took me a
Yeah,
long. I'm sitting here. I gotta fucking readjust every time I do something here because I have no clue how this thing is going to take to it. But that's the gist of it. That's the world we live in. You don't fucking like it, fine. You don't have to like it, but you don't have to be a fuck like. And these are the same people like, well, if you don't like it, you don't have to see it. If you don't like it, you don't have to. You don't have to complain about it. Let people enjoy their thing. And I'm like, okay, well and good and all, but you can go fuck yourself. So let's go see what Drew Schwartz has to say on Twitter. All right, staff
oh
writer
boy.
advice. Drew Schwartz at Vice.com. Definitely do not send him any emails. Definitely do not follow him at Drew Schwartz. Definitely don't follow
Yeah,
him on Twitter.
don't engage with
Definitely,
these people. Don't give them an excuse to claim, "Oh my God, it's harassment, it's cyberbullying." Like, no, just ignore them. Let them live in their own little miserable bubble.
yeah.
Uh,
He
but no, this
goes.
movie really is the personification of clown world.
Here's one of his shills. All he ever does is shill. That's all he ever does. He can't talk about anything fun. Like at least I try to talk about like the most random shit, right? I talk about random weird shit. Like last night I had a few drinks. And I got on. And I'm like on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like delete my account on Twitter. I'm paraphrasing here because I don't remember exactly what I posted, but I'm like, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like the absolute worst, fucking go kill myself. Uh, how bad is it that I want to fuck the Katara girl from Outlaw Star?
Uh,
Yeah, that's some of the random
eh,
shit you'll find on my Twitter feed. Goatman says I'll send him
I
a
mean,
Tetra pack of soy milk. Yeah,
Goat Man coming out. Coming out hot.
He goes, I wrote
I don't know though.
about
I like Daisha Clan
Roxbury.
Clan's character, so I'm not going to judge you for that one.
Yeah, he goes, I wrote about Roxbury, a majority black Boston neighborhood marred by crime, poverty, and failing schools, ripple effects of being redlined in the 30s. Making matters worse, it's a transit island. Low income residents are effectively trapped there. Okay.
Oh, we got real quick. We got Richo in the chat.
Hey,
Thanks for joining
Rich.
us.
Welcome, welcome. This would be a good time to suggest following, subscribing, hitting that notification bell so that you're aware of when we go live on Friday nights or Saturday nights rather for the Rotten Tomatoes drinking game, of which we haven't figured out this weekend, but we still have 4 days.
Oh, we'll find something. We'll find
um,
something.
Apparently it's Bisexual Day, Bi Visibility Day, and if you listen to the extremists in the LGBT community, uh, the B should be left out. Um, Hashtag how dare you is trending. Greta is trending. Of course she is.
Oh God, don't get me started on that.
She can just go get eaten.
Well, okay, I'm only going to say one thing because I feel obligated to say it. Just keep in mind that you have someone like Bernie Sanders, someone who's running to be president-elect for the Democratic ticket, saying that we should listen to the opinions of a 16-year-old girl.
Hmm.
Let that sink in real quick.
Well, they also want to legalize child prostitution. They also want to legalize sex between uh, an adult and a child. They want to legalize, or they want to decriminalize rather, willingly infecting someone with a known virus. They want to ban straws. They want to ban meat. They want to ban your car. Um, and they want to make you completely dependent on the system so that they can keep their boot on the back of your neck.
No, they're authoritarian elitists. They always have been. They always will be. This is not
Yeah.
news to anybody who,
The only
well,
difference
has a
is
working brain.
the only difference is now they're taking up the rather extreme stances that Republicans had in the 80s and early 90s. That's the only
Yeah.
difference. They've taken up these
What does
extreme
Sticks call
stances.
it? The satanic panic. Like they've gone
Yeah,
full evangelical, but just
no,
on
they
the other
have.
side of the coin.
They have. No, entirely they have. And that's the hilarity of all this is they have completely completely sold themselves over to an ideology that allows them to adopt things that the right gave up for the most part. Well, violent video games cause death and destruction and mayhem and murder. Richo says they truly are sick people. They are.
Yeah. Well, so let's
Unless
call it
he's
what it
talking
is.
about
They
us,
have
we're definitely
they
sick
have
in the head.
well, we're sick for completely different reasons. We're just assholes. But no, the extreme left, like if the extreme right, the evangelicals, the Southern Baptist types, all of those, the Westboro Baptist Church, if they're the extreme right, the extreme left is taking up the ideology of the most perverse iterations of the Church of Satan. They are the polar opposite, but they're two sides of the same coin. One one is apparently trying to support diddling of people of a certain age, and the other thinks you shouldn't have sex before marriage. Like they're polar opposites, but both, in my opinion, are fucking wackadoodles.
Yeah, no, they're definitely fucked in the head. Nanopoly wants you to
Real
check your
quick,
Twitter DMs.
yeah,
To
I can't check my Twitter DMs currently because when I'm on, it'll kick me out of Streamlabs. I'll just tell you that.
Nanopoly, if you want to send it to my DMs, I have access to it. It's at Tower of Shandor on Twitter. Um, but if you guys want to, if you guys feel the need to rather support the show, hit that like button, hit subscribe. I know I said this earlier. We are coming up to nine. We're on nine subs away from our 100 subscriber goal, and that will justify our entire existence on YouTube for the last year. If we can get those 100, get those 9 subscribers in the next 2 weeks. Um, why is no Vaseline trending in the United States? Is there a Vaseline shortage?
I I don't know, and I don't want to know if I want the answer. I don't think I want the answer to that question, to be honest. This sounds like a rabbit hole that I do not want to go down. No pun intended.
Oh, apparently it was a diss track.
Oh, okay, then that's not as bad as I expected.
No Vaseline. All right.
Interesting. Huh. Well, it's Twitter. I shouldn't be that surprised, I suppose. But no, the other interesting thing about this, talking about other sides of the coin, apparently, uh, on the same, is it the same opening weekend or maybe it's the week after, there is a movie coming out called Cuck. And it's about in the movie description, an incel who becomes essentially hateful and bigoted and whatever Isterism you can throw out there because he delves into the ideology of alt-right forums while sitting in his basement, I'm guessing. I bet you money it's going to be a basement. Uh, Trolling through alt-right forums and just becomes more and more hateful. It's like, well, aren't the people producing this movie, aren't you the same people that a few years ago thought the term incel and cuck, NPC, snowflake were offensive and should be banned off Twitter? Like, I'm going to report you for saying learn to code. Like, aren't you those same people? Like, pot, meat, fucking kettle.
Yeah, it's we live in a hateful world only because that's what the access media wants. Because that's the only way they can farm outrage clicks. Because if you're not hateful and you're not outraged by the world, and I can't wait for people to wake up to all of this. That's why so many I'm on Twitter right now in Monopoly.
But yeah, no, these same
But
people thrive off of hatred.
yeah,
Eh,
I don't agree with Sophane.
Honestly, I would bet you money right now. Eh, there's very, very, very little that I ever hear Jeff Holiday or Sophane say that I actually agree with.
I don't agree with Sophane at all, ever. Sophane says political correctness doesn't exist. It's simply a phantom used by reactionaries to deflect from accountability and to slow or even halt social progress. The free speech warriors are fighting for less
Bullshit.
speech, not more. No,
Wait, what?
no. He talks out of his ass. Sophane talks out of his ass. That's all he ever fucking does. Is
Wait, hold on.
talk.
Just reread that tweet to me real quick because I need to make sure I heard you correctly.
All right, I'll go slow. Political correctness doesn't exist. It's simply a phantom used by reactionaries to deflect from accountability and to slow or even halt social progress. The free speech warriors are fighting for less speech, not more.
Oh boy. There is so much
Sophane is
wrong
as
in that
far
statement.
left as you can get without becoming Warren.
Okay, Sophane, just just to educate you real quick. The free speech warriors are fighting for that. Free speech. Full stop. End of story. Argument over. We do not believe in hate speech. We do not believe in censorship. You can say the most offensive crap you want. You have the right to say it. You are not free of accountability, but you are free to say whatever the fuck you want. And yeah, political correctness is a thing because your side, the progressives, are the one pushing for political correctness. You have used that term before, or people in your camp of thought, your little dogma cult,
Your
have
little
said
echo
political
chamber.
correctness.
Rich
And
and
real quick,
Monopoly have a couple chats here I want to address. Rich says they don't
well,
seem to
real quick
know how
before
to
you do
create.
that,
Hang on, hang
real
on,
quick,
hang on.
real
No,
quick.
no, 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 no. He says
Fine.
they don't seem to know how to create, so they copy. That's correct. They imitate as much as they can, and they don't even do that well. Monopoly says by his logic, Dankula was in the wrong to make fun of the Nazis. Yeah, entirely
Yeah,
correct.
technically. And the other thing I wanted to say, Sophane, the reason political correctness is a thing on your progressive side, the reason that you guys are against free speech, the reason that you guys are pro censorship, you're the ones that demonize, bastardize, and drag people through the dirt for saying things that you don't agree with. You are 100% wrong. You're not even talking out of your ass. You're trying to pretend the same way you were back when fucking Andy Worski was popular amongst the quote quote skeptics. You're masquerading. You are pro censorship. You
Is
do not
he
like you do not like people that have opinions that don't fall in line with yours. You're
is
authoritarian. You always have been.
Doku? Doku, is he a vampire the masquerading? This is what happens when I
Oh,
when I
but
can actually talk. This is what happens when I can actually talk.
yeah, no, Sophane, Jeff Holiday, Andy Worski, like all these people. It's like, wow,
I can't
you
fault
guys are
Jeff
so
Holiday
fucking sensitive.
completely. I can't fault Jeff Holiday completely. Some of that shit, like some of that shit he invites, but a lot of it is like he's just trying to do science shit, and the science shit I enjoy. That stuff I enjoy. He,
No, but that's not my point, though. The thing is, these people are so fucking sensitive over opinions that
you're
don't
right.
fall in line with their own.
You're right.
It's like, no, you guys are authoritarians. You are the politically correct. You're the ones trying to tell us what we can and cannot say. You're not for freedom. You're not for individual rights and liberties. You want everybody to be a fucking lockstep 1984, one shade of gray, fucking NPC going 9 to 5, listen to CNN, Don Lemon is God. Like, go
He
fuck
wants
yourself. Screw
he
you.
wants a world like in that Simpsons episode where the principal like puts in the where Skinner puts in the policy where everyone has to wear the same drab gray, and he's like, "Oh, I got
Yeah,
these from the
that's
same place I
exactly what they
shop for
are.
my mother." And then when the rain comes, because there will be a cleansing rain, when that rain comes, it will wash away that gray and the colors will show through and they will be more vibrant than ever.
You know what? You know what this type of society that these people are advocating for reminds me of? It's the same reason that everybody, when you go to prison, wears the same fucking color jumpsuit with the same fucking shoes, the same fucking rations, the same fucking everything.
Did you say rash?
Rations. Like, you all get one apple, you all get one egg, you all get one fucking cup of orange juice, you all get the same. Everybody's treated equally. There's your fucking communist utopia. It's basically prison. Change my fucking mind. Individuality is shunned. Free speech is shunned.
All
Any
right.
personal individual rights and freedoms are shunned. That's what these people advocate for, and they think they're on the side of social progress. No,
No, they're
you're
not.
called regressives for a reason.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get the fuck on out of here because we are not going to let Doku repeat the same shit he's repeated 12 times already. Doku, this is not an episode of the Teletubbies. I'm sorry, dude.
I have
I'm
to hammer
sorry you
home the
miss.
nails.
I'm sorry you miss your castmates, Doku, but this isn't that anymore. Okay, you're not doing that anymore. One last
Well,
chat
well,
to read. Nanopoly says he wants a world where everyone's like Ned Flanders. Yeah. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to roll on out of here. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay metal.